Nomenclature of executive head of the government of Jammu Kashmir was changed from Sadr-e Riyasat to Governor in 1965 by 6th Amendment in State Constitution of Jammu Kashmir. The 6th Amendment in the State Constitution of Jammu Kashmir. लोकसभा रेजोल्यूशन नहीं, उस समय तो नहीं ही था, प्रेसिडेंट भी नहीं. 6th Amendment in the State Constitution of Jammu and Kashmir 1965. The 6th Amendment 1965 to the Jammu and Kashmir State Constitution changed the title from Sadr-e Riyasat to Governor. This amendment also abolished the post of Jammu and Kashmir of Prime Minister of Jammu Kashmir, replacing it with Chief Minister. Article 371 provides a special provision for certain states, mainly Maharashtra, Gujarat and North Eastern states, but not Jammu and Kashmir. Before 1965, Jammu Kashmir had its own Prime Minister and Sadr-e Riyasat, indicating a unique constitutional setup. The change symbolized the integration of Jammu and Kashmir into Indian Union. Post the Jammu Kashmir Reorganization Act 2019, the state was bifurcated into two union territories, Jammu Kashmir and Ladakh. ठीक. Which of the following recommended the post of Raj Pramukh to be abolished in Rajasthan? Which of the following recommended the post of Raj Pramukh to be abolished in Rajasthan and arrangement of the governor was made instead? State Reorganization Commission 1956. The state legislative assembly legislative assembly does not have power to abolish or create post like Raj Pramukh. Constitution Assembly drafted the मतलब ये सब नहीं किए थे. State Reorganization Commission established in 1953 under the chairmanship of Fazal Ali recommended the reorganization of states on a linguistic basis. As per recommendation, the post of Raj Pramukh was abolished after the 7th Constitutional Amendment 1956. Raj Pramukh, an administrative title, existed 1947 to 1956 and was replaced with a governor's post. State Administrative Reform Commission deals with administrative efficiency and reforms. The Raj Pramukh was the constitutional head in some princely states after independence. लेकिन गुरुमुख निहाल सिंह became the first governor of Rajasthan on 25th October 1956. राज प्रमुख जो है वो पदवी समाप्त कर दी गई. यूनियन टेरिटरीज इन इंडिया आर एडमिनिस्ट्रेटेड बाय प्रेसिडेंट. As per Article 239(1) of the Constitution, Union territories are administered by President of India, who appoints an administrator or lieutenant governor as representative. The President has the power to determine the extent of functions and responsibility and administer or lieutenant governor. Union territories like Delhi and Puducherry, having legislative assemblies, are also administered by the President, but with varying degrees of legislative powers. Okay. Who among the following was the first lieutenant governor of the newly created Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir? गिरीश चंद्र मुर्मू जी पहले गवर्नर थे 2019 के बाद वाली उसके बाद, और अभी मनोज सिन्हा जी हैं. After the abrogation of Article 370 on 5th August 2019 and Jammu and Kashmir Reorganization Act 2019, Jammu and Kashmir became a union territory with a legislative assembly. Girish Chandra Murmu was appointed as first lieutenant governor on 31st October 2019. 31st October 2019 को पहली लेफ्टिनेंट गवर्नर बने गिरीश चंद्र मुर्मू जी. He resigned on 6 August 2020 and Manoj Sinha succeeded him, the second lieutenant governor. और राधा कृष्ण माथुर जी was appointed as first lieutenant governor of Ladakh. राधा कृष्ण माथुर जी लद्दाख के पहले गवर्नर बने. ठीक. Who is appointed as first Lieutenant Governor of Union Territory of Ladakh? तो राधा कृष्ण माथुर जी। राधा कृष्ण माथुर जी पहले लेफ्टिनेंट गवर्नर थे लद्दाख के। Following the bifurcation of Jammu and Kashmir into two UTs on 31st October 2019, Radhakrishna Mathur was appointed as first Lieutenant Governor of Ladakh. Ladakh does not have a legislature assembly and is directly administered by Lieutenant Governor under President's control. ठीक। गिरीश चंद्र मुर्मू was appointed as first Lieutenant Governor of Jammu and Kashmir. Satyapal Malik was the last governor of undivided state of Jammu and Kashmir. सत्यपाल मलिक जी मतलब लास्ट गवर्नर थे जम्मू एंड कश्मीर के। जम्मू एंड कश्मीर रीऑर्गेनाइजेशन एक्ट 2019 वाज हिस्टोरिक डिसीजन दैट लेड to significant administrative changes. Bifurcation aimed to ensuring better governance and integration of Jammu and Kashmir, Ladakh into mainstream Indian administrative framework. तो सत्यपाल मलिक जी लास्ट जम्मू एंड कश्मीर के गवर्नर थे। तो और गिरीश चंद्र मुर्मू जी पहले जम्मू कश्मीर के गवर्नर थे, मतलब 2019 के वाले। और राधा कृष्ण माथुर जी पहले लद्दाख के गवर्नर थे। अभी कौन है लद्दाख के गवर्नर देख लिया जाए। गवर्नर ऑफ लद्दाख बीडी मिश्रा जी हैं। ब्रिगेडियर बीडी मिश्रा जी हैं जो वो करंट लेफ्टिनेंट गवर्नर हैं। बीडी मिश्रा जी। Governor's salary and allowances are given by consolidated fund of the state के consolidated fund से। Emoluments and allowances of the governor and other expenditures related to his office are charged upon the consolidated fund of the state as per article 202(3). This fund is used for all expenditure related to governor's office and such charges are non-votable by the state legislature. Consolidated Fund of India. This fund pertains to the union government's expenditures. The governor's salary is not paid from his fund. Contingency Fund of India, of state. This fund is used to meet unforeseen expenses and not for regular payments like the governor's salary. Governor's salary is exclusively from state's consolidated fund. Sarkariya Commission recommended that salary and allowance of governors should be revised periodically to reflect the importance of their office. The governor's financial independence is crucial to maintaining the dignity and impartiality of office. ठीक है। And the same person is appointed as governor of two or more states. The emoluments and allowances payable to the governor shall be allocated among the state in such proportion as the president may by order determine. ठीक उसी proportion में बांट दिया जाएगा। Governor can't decide his on emoluments as decided by the president. Partially correct but not entirely accurate. It is significant specifically involves distribution among states. ठीक होम मिनिस्टर नहीं। It shall be allocated among the state in such proportion as president may by order determine. As per article 158(3)(a), when a single person serves as a governor of multiple states, the president determines the proportionate distribution of emoluments among the states. The 7th Constitutional Amendment Act 1956 allowed the appointment of one governor or two to ensure efficiency. The president's discretion ensures the distribution is fair and proportional to the administrative responsibilities. Which of the following are discretionary powers given to the governor of a state? Sending a report to the President of India for imposing President's rule, सेंडिंग ए रिपोर्ट, हाँ बिल्कुल सही है। अपॉइंटिंग मिनिस्टर्स ना, ये तो लेजिस्लेटिव पावर है। रिजर्विंग सर्टेन बिल्स पास्ड बाय द स्टेट लेजिस्लेचर फॉर कंसिडरेशन ऑफ प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ इंडिया, सही है। मेकिंग रूल्स टू कंडक्ट द बिजनेस ऑफ द स्टेट गवर्नमेंट, ये कैबिनेट मिनिस्टर जो वो करेंगे वही। As per Article 356, Governor can send a report to the President if he believes that constitutional machinery has broken down in the state. Appointment of ministers is done by the Governor on the advice of Chief Minister as per Article 164. On the advice of Chief Minister as per Article 164. As per Article 200, Governor can reserve the certain bills passed by the legislature for President's consideration. आर्टिकल 200 के अकॉर्डिंग गवर्नर जो है बिल को रिजर्व कर सकते हैं प्रेसिडेंट के लिए। गवर्नर डज नॉट हैव डिस्क्रिशन टू मेक रूल्स ऑफ कंडक्टिंग ए बिजनेस ऑफ द स्टेट, दिस फॉल अंडर एग्जीक्यूटिव पावर ऑफ द स्टेट अंडर आर्टिकल 166. The governor's discretionary powers are a matter of constitutional debate, especially in the context of center-state relations. Sarkaria Commission emphasized that these powers should be used sparingly and judiciously. Judiciously or sparingly? Sparingly. ठीक है. Governor of the state may act independently from the consultation of legislative assembly. When independently कब काम कर सकते हैं? गवर्नमेंट हैव्स टू प्रूव इट्स मेजोरिटी इन द सेशंस ऑफ लेजिस्लेटिव असेंबली, बिल्कुल सही। टू टर्मिनेट द चीफ मिनिस्टर, बिल्कुल सही। नहीं, हाँ। टू रिजर्व एनी बिल फॉर कंसिडरेशन ऑफ प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ इंडिया, सही है। टू सेंड बैक ए बिल ऑफ द लेजिस्लेटिव असेंबली फॉर रिकंसिडरेशन, सही है। टू सीक द कंसल्टेशन ऑफ हाई कोर्ट, नहीं। हाई कोर्ट जब वो मांगना होगा तभी ना। द गवर्नर कैन आस्क सीएम टू प्रूव मेजोरिटी इफ देयर इज डाउट रिगार्डिंग सपोर्ट, ठीक। इफ द चीफ मिनिस्टर लूजेज द मेजोरिटी गवर्नर कैन डिसमिस हिम। इफ चीफ मिनिस्टर लूजेज द मेजोरिटी गवर्नर कैन डिसमिस हिम। एज पर आर्टिकल 200 गवर्नर कैन रिजर्व सर्टेन बिल्स फॉर प्रेसिडेंट सेशन। गवर्नर कैन रिटर्न ए बिल एक्सेप्ट ए मनी बिल टू द लेजिस्लेचर फॉर रिकंसिडरेशन। गवर्नर डज नॉट कंसल्ट हाई कोर्ट, दिस पावर इज नॉट कन्फर्ड बाय द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन। अच्छा, गवर्नर राय नहीं ले सकते हैं हाई कोर्ट से। द डिस्क्रिशनरी पावर्स ऑफ द गवर्नर आर ऑफन सीन एज टूल फॉर द सेंटर टू एक्सरसाइज कंट्रोल ओवर स्टेट्स। सुप्रीम कोर्ट इन निबाम रबिया वर्सेस डिप्टी स्पीकर 2016 रूल दैट गवर्नर कांट एक्सरसाइज डिस्क्रिशन इन पॉलिटिकल मैटर, एम्फेसाइजिंग द गवर्नर्स रोल एज ए कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल हेड। वो पॉलिटिकल मैटर्स में वो नहीं कर सकते हैं। सही है। देखिए, जो अभी गवर्नर डज नॉट कंसल्ट द हाई कोर्ट, अभी देखिए किससे कंसल्ट करते हैं? या तो एडवोकेट जनरल से कंसल्ट करेंगे जो हाईएस्ट लॉ ऑफिसर होते हैं स्टेट के, या तो अगर मैटर कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल इंपॉर्टेंस का है तो वो प्रेसिडेंट के थ्रू, मतलब प्रेसिडेंट से पूछ सकते हैं। वो प्रेसिडेंट क्या करेंगे? सुप्रीम कोर्ट से पूछ के बता सकते हैं, ठीक। तो ये मामला हो सकता है। Under which of the following articles Indian Constitution can the governor reserve a bill for consideration of the president? Article 200। Article 200 के तहत जो गवर्नर हैं वो बिल को क्या कर सकते हैं? रिकंसिडरेशन के लिए प्रेसिडेंट के पास भेज सकते हैं। Article 169 deals with the creation and abolition of legislative council of states, does not pertain to the governor's power to reserve bills. Deals with creation and abolition of legislative councils in states, does not pertain to the governor's powers to reserve bills. Article 200 empowers the governor to reserve certain bills for president's consideration. Does not pertain into the governor's power to reserve bills. Article 200 empowers the governor to reserve certain bills for the president's consideration. This may include bill that may endanger the position of High Court, violate the Constitution, or bill of significant national importance. Article 201 deals with the president's power to assent, withhold assent, or return the bill when it is reserved by the governor. Article 201 deals with the President's power to assent, withhold assent, or return the bill when it is reserved by the Governor. Article 202 relates to the annual financial statement, budget of the state. Governor reserves certain bills to the President consideration. This may include bills that may endanger the position of the High Court, violate the Constitution, or bill to significant national importance. ठीक है. The Governor can use discretion while reserving bills for the President, especially in cases where the bill may infringe upon fundamental rights. ठीक. There is a conflict with central laws. ठीक. Sarkariya Commission emphasized the reservation of bills should be rare and exceptional exercise. मतलब ये ऐसा नहीं कि हर जगह ऐसे ही करते रहें, ये एक्सेप्शनल एक्सरसाइज होनी चाहिए, ऐसा नहीं कि बार बार ऐसा किया जाए, ये ठीक बात नहीं है. अंडर विच आर्टिकल ऑफ द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन कैन द गवर्नर रिफर एनी बिल फॉर द अप्रूवल ऑफ द प्रेसिडेंट? आर्टिकल 200. Article 166 deal with the conduct of business of the state government and does not deal with reserving bills. 200 allows the governor to reserve bills for consideration of president. After reservation, the president can assent, withhold or return the bill. एक्सेप्ट भी कर सकते हैं, रोक भी सकते हैं और रिटर्न भी कर सकते हैं बिल को. 239 relates the administration of union territories and is not applicable to states. 240 Article 240 grants legislative powers to the President in certain union territories not related to governor's bill reservation. The President's assent to a reserved bill is crucial as it acts as a final check on the state legislative powers, maintaining federal supremacy. In the case of state legislatures conflicting with union laws, the President's decision becomes paramount. Under the constitutional provision on bill, recommendation of the governors was required, but without recommendation of the governor, it was introduced in Rajasthan Legislative Assembly and passed by it and sent to governor. So, where assent to that act was given by the governor shall not be valid. Under the constitutional bill, where assent to that act was given by the governor shall not be valid. Once the bill received the governor's assent, it becomes a law. Even if the initial process was faulty, like not getting the governor's prior recommendation, the assent validates the law. Supreme Court of India has held that once the governor's assent is given, it cannot be questioned for procedural lapses in the recommendation process. अंडर कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल प्रोविजन ऑफ बिल, रिकमेंडेशन ऑफ द गवर्नर वाज रिक्वायर्ड. ठीक है, रिक्वायर्ड था, बट विदाउट रिकमेंडेशन ऑफ द गवर्नर इट वाज इंट्रोड्यूस. लेकिन उनके बिना रिकमेंडेशन के इंट्रोड्यूस हुआ राजस्थान लेजिस्लेटिव असेंबली में और पास भी हो गया और फिर गवर्नर को भेजा गया. लेकिन वेयर असेंट टू दैट एक्ट वाज गिवन बाय गवर्नर शैल नॉट बी वैलिड. अब जो है वो वैलिड नहीं रहेगा. ठीक. Once a bill receives the governor's assent, it becomes law, even if the initial process was faulty, like not getting the governor's prior recommendation. The assent validates the law. The Supreme Court of India has held that once the governor's assent is given, it can't be questioned for procedural lapses in the recommendation process. ठीक, वो क्या रहेगा? वैलिड रहेगा, इनवैलिड नहीं रहेगा. ठीक है, भले वो बाद में ही गवर्नर ने क्या किया हो, असेंट दिया. Which among the following article of the Indian Constitution empower the governor to issue an ordinance? तो आर्टिकल 213. अब देखिए 123 प्रेसिडेंट को देता है सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट को लेकर और 213 स्टेट को लेकर. आर्टिकल 208 रिलेट्स टू द रूल्स ऑफ प्रोसीजर ऑफ स्टेट लेजिस्लेचर्स. 212 prevent the courts from inquiring the proceedings of the legislature. जो स्टेट लेजिस्लेचर के अंदर हो रहा है उसको प्रोवाइड करने के लिए. आर्टिकल 213 empowers the governor to issue ordinances when the state legislature is not in session. Such ordinances have the same force as an act passed by the legislature but must be approved within 6 weeks of the reassembly. Article 214 establishes high court for each state. Governor's ordinance making power is similar to that of President. Article 123 judicial review. In D. से वाधवा versus State of Bihar 1987 case, Supreme Court held that repromulgation of ordinances without legislative approval is unconstitutional. अब ये रीप्रोमुलेशन क्या होता है देख लेते हैं. Repromulgation refers to the act. Repromulgation refers to the act of officially issuing or enacting a law, decree or regulation again. अच्छा फिर से it essentially means to put something back into force that was previously in effect. ठीक, often after a period of suspension of lapse. मतलब अगर ये समय बीत गया तो आप फिर से उसको दूसरे लेजिस्लेटिव प्रोसीजर से ही लाएंगे. ठीक, तो यहीं हम लोग ख़त्म करते हैं, बाकी अगले में मिलते हैं. थैंक यू, बाय बाय.